Hello and welcome back to the channel. I am Evil Scotsman. Today we're here with something a little bit different, a little bit new to the channel. I have never personally done one of these before. So I'm going to apologise straight at the beginning if anything is done wrong. Yeah, first time doing one of these unboxings. So yeah, let's go with the flow. Constructive criticism is always welcome. I know the camera might not be the best quality, but you know, that could be something that I work on if I make this a regular thing. Hopefully the audio is on point as well. Hopefully you can hear me loud and clear. So, as you can see from your screens, we're here with a Thrustmaster product. The title's probably already gave it away. You probably know what you're here to see. I'm excited for this one because I've waited a long time for this one. So let's get this down so you can see it. Today we have the Thrustmaster Formula Wheel add-on Ferrari SF1000 edition. So, this wheel was launched in, I believe it was August of 2020. They are very hard to get your hands on. They have been, I think they have been since release, and I think they actually still are. Thrustmaster do not have any of this stock on their website. I did get it from another site. It was scan.co.uk. A lot of people may know that for your computer components. So yeah, we got this for £350 plus postage. Obviously got the delivery fees and stuff, but yeah, so we managed to get our hands on this very luckily. It was as close to retail price as I would like. I do believe though Thrustmaster have increased some products prices due to the pandemic. So I mean, yeah, this has been hard to get your hands on. I've been trying for the last, well, I mean, we're nearly 2 years in. But yeah, we do have. I did run the old one, so the old Thrustmaster Formula Wheel add-on. Let me see if I could actually just go and grab that just to show you the comparison. Okay, so what about a break in the video there? Hopefully it's not that noticeable. I did just go and grab. So we'll obviously look at these side by side later in the video, but I mean, what a difference just looking at that. Obviously, you know, we've got a sticker missing on the button there and a little bit worn, but I mean, this was the original F1 wheel that came out quite a while ago. I'm not actually even sure when. Still had the push-pull paddle designs on it. Lovely wheel. I've had hours of enjoyment and league racing out of this wheel, so I cannot fault the original wheel, but this one is going to be so much more immersive. So we'll bring this wheel back in later on. We'll set that away out of shot. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to get this thing unboxed, and then we're going to run through some more details about it. We're going to show you some of the button mapping, some of the setups from Thrustmaster's official website. And yeah, I don't think we're going to see it in action in this video. I may get a bit on the end where I might be able to show it to you in action. We'll see if we can fit that in at the end of the video, because I will have to record that separate down to the way the setup is and where the racing rig is. So let's have a look at the box. So obviously the front of it, you've got your Ferrari branding along with your Thrustmaster. Here a nice big picture of the wheel itself. On the side here, I don't think I can actually get that to focus properly, but we do have the Ferrari authenticity sticker on the side to tell you this is an official Ferrari product. So we'll come at the back of the box here. Obviously shows you the wheel, it shows you a lot of wheelbases, because this obviously fits on to the whole Thrustmaster ecosystem. The T-Series ecosystem, I will just add that on. So you've got the TSPC Racer, the TX Racing Wheel, the TGT Servo Base, which I think is actually their newest. You've got the old T300 Racing Wheels, and you've got the TSXW, which is the one that I will be fitting it to. So, if we look down the bottom here, try and hold this box up. You've got the normal paddles that come in the box, it shows you that. There's also an option to get the T-Chrono paddles, which apparently gives you better shifting. It shaves 5 milliseconds off the shift time. So we will upgrade to those paddles eventually. And it does give you a little sneak peek at the back of the rim here as well. So, and it does just tell you down here, PC Windows 10, obviously Windows 11 will be sort of supported now as well, I would imagine. PS5, PS4, Xbox One and Xbox Series. So, multi-generation. So we've got a little tab here. So I'm assuming this is how we get out of the box, so let's go on and give this a little pull. And we can just start to see a very little sneak peek. Excuse me when I'm like destroying my desk here, it is very fiddly to get out of this box. So we'll go ahead and we'll put the sleeve somewhere safe because we don't want that damaged. So, and we're going to remove this and we'll see for the first time the Thrustmaster Ferrari SF1000 wheel add-on. And there it is in the flesh. That looks absolutely beautiful. So, again, before we go any further with this unboxing, we're going to bring this wheel back in, show you the differences. We'll try and make sure we get both of them in the shot there. So yeah, you can see big difference. Obviously one of the biggest differences on the newer one is this LCD screen, along with your rev lights and the other lights that show you status of the track. Can't actually remember what you call those lights, so I do apologise for that. So, get a little silica gel, take that out, put it to the side. So you can see in the box here we have the wheel itself, which we'll get that out in just a minute. Everything's nice, protected here, and this very nice, it's like, best way to describe it is like egg carton design, but it's got like a nice protective, it's like felt, so everything's nice and protected in here. So yeah, we've got the wheel itself up here. We then have the default paddle shifters, which don't come on the wheel, you have to attach these yourself. We will go ahead and attach those in the video, because they shouldn't be too bad. Obviously in here, I'm assuming is the little box with some tools, etc. So let's just see if we can pop this open safely. So we've got a nice little card in here, so let's pop this out. It's got a barcode on it, so I'm not going to, it's just a member card here. So I'm not quite sure what that does, we'll just leave that in there just now. So let's pop this open, see what we've got. So we've got a Thrustmaster Own the Race. We've just got a little welcome here from Thrustmaster, so all it says on it: thank you for joining the Thrustmaster family. The Ferrari SF1000, the 66th single-seater produced by Scuderia Ferrari to complete in the 2020 season of the most important open-wheel category, accomplished a historic feat. 70 years after the team's debut in Monaco on the 21st of May 1950, the SF1000 took part in Scuderia Ferrari's 1000th race at the prestigious Mugello circuit. To celebrate this impressive milestone, Thrustmaster produced the Formula Wheel add-on Ferrari SF1000 edition, faithfully reproducing the steering wheel of the single-seater designed for the 2020 season. Apologies for the stumbling there. So yeah, just a nice little welcome and a little bit of historical knowledge of why they made this wheel. So we'll go on and tuck that one over to the side. So we've got another little box here. I'm assuming this is going to have the screws for the paddles on it. So we'll just grab the rest of the stuff at the bottom of this box. So we're not going to get into this. This is just the normal, standard, boring literature that you get. It's not so boring, obviously. If you read through it, it'll have lots of information, disclaimers, tells you all the need to know basics, etc. They'll show you what's in the box. So in the box, obviously, you've got the wheel, you've got the paddles, you've got some tools and the screws to put the paddles onto the wheel, and you also get a cable. I believe that is to do the firmware update on the wheel, because obviously you want to make sure that that wheel is up to date. And again, this is just a nice little instruction manual telling you what's in the box, how to put the paddles onto the back of the steering wheel, and lastly fitting the wheel onto a Thrustmaster servo base. So what we'll do is we'll just pop these all back in the box so that we know where they all are. We're not going to need any of that. We're obviously not new to Thrustmaster. We know how to attach and all that. So we'll just we'll have a look in here. Try to open these boxes up without damaging them. So yeah, in here we've got, take this out, we've got a standard USB going to a USB type C. So this is going to be to firmware update the wheel, obviously. So that obviously needs done before it goes on the base. And also we've got, it's actually quite hard to see these, so we'll put them on that. We have the Allen key, or whatever you may call this tool, hex key, many different names, and the 4 screws to attach the paddle shifters. So again, we'll pop these off to the side. We'll need these shortly, and we'll put this little box back in the big box. We want to keep all that nice and safe, and we'll just put that just slightly out of shot there. So let's get back to the box. We're going to pop the paddle shifters out. So looks like a very nice, easy system to attach it onto the wheel. Seem to be made of cast aluminium, just like the ones on the old wheel. They feel nice and sturdy, those. So yeah, we will pop those back in there just now. Again, we've got some nice protection here. We've got a little bit of protection around the toggle switch. So we'll just move that out of the way, and I think the moment's come. Let's take the masterpiece out of the box. So we'll just slightly move the camera a little bit here. So you can see there, that is that's quite shiny. That is made very nice, I'd have to say. The camera's probably not going to pick this up, but you can actually see the layers of carbon fibre. Like, it is proper carbon fibre. See my face in there, so yep, oh. So yeah, that looks really nice, that. So the buttons, we've got a nice bit of depression before you get that nice positive click that hopefully you can hear. Buttons are all within nice proximity, I would say, to your thumbs, where you want them to be. You've obviously got these very nice rotary wheels, which are they're quite stiff, which is quite nice. So you've got a nice feeling to them as well. You're not going to accidentally move one of those and not know that you've done it. These are obviously not multi-position, which is a shame. I know they would be a lot better if they were multi-position, so you know, if you wanted on the PC, if you wanted your ERS on this thumb wheel here, if you wanted number 1 to be balanced, or no, let's say number 1 was ERS off, and then move it to 2 to put it on balance, 3 for the hot lap. You wouldn't be able to do it. It basically just toggles basically up and down. But it is a nice addition. That's obviously what's on the older rim as well. So yeah, I mean, I'd have to say I'm not actually sure if it's stickers I put on the front or not this time. I believe it is some form of sticker, so hopefully they're not too bad on wearing off. You've got a nice grip on these grips here. Very nice indeed. They seem to be rubber. They're not Alcantara or Alcantara, whatever you call it. So sim racing gloves would be optional. It depends how you feel about racing gloves and if you normally have them or not. So look at some of the buttons here. Obviously you've got quite a lot of buttons coming down the wheel, which should give you lots of variety. You've got this toggle switch here, but I'm sure what this does is actually turn the screen on and off. So I don't think you can map this. This just turns your LCD screen on or off. We've got a drink button up here. Sure if you can see that drink button, just down to the neutral. So good news, Kimi Räikkönen. And if you're ever buying yourself a little sim racing setup and you get into the Thrustmaster, the good news is, Kimi, you will have the drink. So let's move on from that though. So the biggest thing, let's bring in the old gen wheel again, because this shows you the difference between. Okay, so if we just move that into the back of the shot there and bring this in, so you've got your buttons down here, up there, obviously your paddles on the back, had your hat switch and 3 multi-directional toggles at the bottom, and obviously you had your thumb wheels. The biggest problem that people didn't like about this wheel was these. These are just stickers. These don't move. These are just stickers around a little shape that's been moulded into the front plate. So these had no purpose, and same with the middle. It's not a button, doesn't turn, it's all cosmetic. Same up here, this is all cosmetic, there's no lights fitted up here. This back obviously was when they used to have everything on the wheel. They didn't have this screen even in real life. So, but yeah, the biggest thing was these. So there's obviously a reason I'm pointing these out, because these don't work on the old wheel. It's a shame, but still, this has been a good wheel and still is a good wheel for the people that just starting off in sim racing, or maybe you can't afford to take the jump into the SF1000, or like me, for the last nearly 2 years, maybe you're just unable to get your hands on one, which is unfortunate. So obviously the reason we brought that up is because we've got some rotary switches here, and they move. Look at that. That every single one, we'll just turn every single one so you know that they move. And the middle one moves as well. So another thing to note on this, I'm not sure if you can hear that, but there are a push in button as well. Each one of them can be pushed in. Apart from this one can't, but we'll come back to this one in just a second. So these two rotaries can be pushed in and turned, and obviously the middle one as well. This one does not push in, but this is what's called the phase. Obviously that's not, like, these don't match up to what they do in the game. It's obviously just the branding of the wheel and exactly how you see it in real life, etc. So what this does is this actually does change the phase on the rim. So we'll show you that in later in the video. So you've got phase 1, 2, 3 and 4. And what this actually changes, which is what we're going to actually just look at next, we'll take a look at the back of the wheel. So you can see here, you've obviously got the nice little slot here to put your paddle shifters in. And if you just look inside, right into this bit here, you've got that USB Type-C connector there for updating the firmware. More importantly, on the back, we've got these two paddles here. They're analog in movement, like there's no clicks. They are an axis, I believe. Excuse me. And these are the clutch paddles. So, you know, you've got a nice bit of travel on these. It's a shame I don't think there's an option to use them, like to hold them both in, and one of them will take you down to the bite. So you just let that one go, and then start slowly letting that one go. Basically when you leave the line. I know the Fanatec's obviously have that system built in, I believe, on the clutch paddles. So you never know, maybe an additional feature of another wheel Thrustmaster has for us. So we've got the standard Thrustmaster collar and cuff connection system here. Again, it's not the best connection system, but it does work. Quick release is going to be much nicer, and there is a new quick release system going to be on the direct drive wheel, so at least I believe it's a quick release. So not sure how that's going to work. Maybe there's some kind of adapter that we can buy to put on the back of these, because I know all these wheels are going to be compatible with the new direct drive wheel they are currently making. So yeah, it's pretty cool that you've got all these that turn and push in. You've also got your phase switch here, and yeah, what this does is this has got 4 modes. On PC and PlayStation. On the Xbox it's only 3 modes it works, and basically what it does is it changes what these paddles can do. So you can have them both as the clutch, you can have them like one as the clutch, as in the foot clutch, and one basically as a button, so if you wanted your DRS here maybe. One good option as well is if you're unfortunately limited in any ways and you're unable to use pedals, you can set these up as your throttle and brake. That's one of the phase options, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, Thrustmaster really thinking about people out there. So yeah, I mean, the biggest thing about this is obviously this LCD screen. So I've got a little protective tab on that here. You've got your rev lights up here, and obviously these lights at the side will normally flash. If there's yellow flags on the circuit, they'll flash yellow. Blue flags, the same, etc. Obviously we don't have red flags in the F1 game, so would be an additional feature though. It's a nice solid design. It's not too heavy. It's a really nice grip on this wheel though. Not hearing much creaking when I'm gripping it. So what we're going to do then is we're going to flip this around and very carefully, I won't do that one actually, so we'll take these out of here and we'll lay this down just on top of the box here. Right, so we'll put the paddle shifters in, we'll get this little bag. I will need to unscrew this and do the firmware update on it, but we'll get that done. So you've got 4 little screws here. So you've got one there, drop one in there. It's quite hard for me to see the top ones out. And what we'll do is we'll get this hex key and we'll just start tightening these down. Obviously we don't want to put them too tight. That's one tightened up. So it's very simple to get these on. And there we go, that took like 60 seconds. So move the box to the side and we'll have another look at the back. So there we go. So now we've got all the paddles connected. So let's go for the first click. Hopefully you can hear this. That is a very positive click. You can obviously, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this, but there is a magnet in there, and it's obviously a magnet snapping it back inside here. So yeah, nice positive click. Again, it's using the push-pull paddle designs that they've got in real life as well. So, you know, you upshift, and if you can't get to the downshift, you can just push it forward there. Very handy for some corners. And yeah, they're still nicely placed paddles there. Clutch paddles not getting in the way. They're roughly sitting down where your pinkies would sit. Then obviously if you're using clutch on the race start, you'd probably have more of your hand down there on the clutch to release. So that's how we are looking with everything fitted on. So, and obviously inside that quick release you've got that, I think it's a DIN plug in. Again, standard Thrustmaster fitting. Yeah, so nice wheel, it's got a nice feel. Can't wait to get this on. Get out on the track with it. And hopefully we can get a little video added just after this that shows you the screen in action on the game. You can use this with other games, so what we'll do now is going to get something up on the screen for you, so we're just going to switch away from this cam just now, and we're going to have a look at this. So this is button mapping. So what I'm going to show you here is the pointing at this phase switch. So on the PC, this is for the PC, position 1 will have you the brake on the left and the accelerator on the right. If you were to put the phase switch into position 2, you would have the clutch on the left and an additional mappable axis on the right. Position 3, they would both be the clutch, which would be your basically your pedal clutch. And if you were to put them in position 4, both paddles would be turned into an axis, and they would be independent, that you could map them to whatever you want them for. Now if we go across to PlayStation, this is for PlayStation 4 and 5. Position 1, again left and right, would be brake and accelerator. Position 2 here is saying the clutch and handbrake. Position 3 would be the clutch and the clutch, so that again just both the pedal clutch again. Position 4 would be look left and look right apparently. So some nice options there, and again we'll just open up the Xbox. This is for the Xbox Series consoles and the Xbox One. So position 1 is your brake and accelerator, position 2 is your clutch and handbrake, and position 3 is both on the clutch. On Xbox, interestingly, position 4 does nothing, so I'm not sure why that is. So the other thing we are going to look at here, so this is how the button mapping by default. If you don't change anything at all, this is how it will be when you plug it in. So I'll just let you have a brief look through what all these do. We've actually not looked at that little hat switch on the front of it. So obviously tells you what each button would do by default. Obviously you can go through these in game and you can change them to whatever your preference must be. Another interesting thing, it says here to enable the telemetry, in telemetry settings / UDP format you must select 2020 and not 2021. So not sure what that means yet. That's interesting, that. So we'll have to look into that, see what it does. And we'll just switch on over here to the PS5 mapping. I've looked at the mapping, the PS5 and the PS4 is both the same mapping, just for your information there. So if you want to pause it, have a look through these, see what everything does, while you give that a little pause on the video and have a look. And lastly we'll jump across to PC. This will give you a little look at how that does. Obviously there is a lot more options on the PC, like the thumb dials actually change things independently, same with the two little rotaries at the bottom. So yeah, again, if you want to give that a little pause, feel free. So the one thing I've noticed here is this information panel on the PlayStation and the PC is not here. This information panel seems to be unique on the Xbox for whatever reason, so I'm not sure the reasoning behind that, and I'm not sure what kind of limitations that will bring. But we'll come back here and we'll just look at this hat switch here. So it's got a nice movement on it. Again, it's right on your thumb. You're going to get to this and be able to move it easy. But yeah, so hopefully I've been able to get some footage of this thing attached to the wheelbase. and maybe show you some more options with the screen. I'll slot that in to the video now. Okay, so we've got the flash off just now, so obviously we'll give it a little rev here. Again, apologies for the poor lighting. So yeah, so you've got your little menu here that you can go through and customise. And then you've got different screens here, depending on what you're wanting, and then you've got this one across here that will change the layout of it. If you push it in, it changes it between light and dark mode. So you've got that one, got this one. We'll just go through some variations of this one. I've got another one that's got quite a lot of information on it that you wouldn't normally get, you know, in the game or anything. So probably stuff you don't want to play around with. Me personally, I like this one because it's obviously very close to the actual real card display. So I mean, you could see there, it's telling us we're on a 6-minute 7 lap time, which is pretty spot on. Apologies if there's poor audio on this, I am recording this from my phone. But yeah, that's a pretty accurate replica. That's a good job Thrustmaster's done, so try to drive one-handed's probably not the best, but and then obviously this one doesn't have any other screens attached to it. But I think when you're in a race, you actually do. You get your temps, you get your damage, you get your engine display, you get all that stuff. So we might come back and do another proper review on this, as I said earlier. But yep, that's how it's looking attached to the wheelbase, and I'd have to say that's a very good job from Thrustmaster. Okay, so hopefully you've just seen the video of the wheel in action. At this point, this is all recorded before I've had it on, so there won't be a review of any kind in this video. Yeah, but hopefully there's a little video maybe there that shows you the screen up and running, shows you some nice little video of how everything works and what these switches do. So yeah, with that we're going to bring the video to an end. We might come back and do a little review on this if you want. If you want a review video, maybe we'll come back and touch base on this maybe in about a month's time. Get a little bit of a chance to play with it, see how it feels, use it in some racing, use it in some league racing as well. But yeah, I think we'll wind this video down here. That is a very nice wheel from Thrustmaster. They've outdone themselves with that one. I am impressed, and I cannot wait to get this on the base and get on F1 2021, and very soon F1 22. Perfect time for getting this wheel just before the new game. So yeah, if you're looking for these in the UK right now, and I'm not sure if they ship to Europe, but scan.co.uk have these in. I swear I just bought mine yesterday and it's came today, so quick shipping as well. So yeah, if you're looking for one, go and see if they've got some in stock. And we will wrap this video up here. So thank you everybody for watching. Again, apologies if that's probably not the best unboxing video. It is what it is. It's one of my most favourite sayings, that. But I'm new to this, and I was actually asked if I was going to make an unboxing on this. So big shout out to Falchion for giving me a little bit of a confidence kick to go make this video. And if you want to go over and check Falchion out, he's Boulderless Gaming GSA on YouTube. So go and give him a little like, hit that little subscribe button, go and show him some support. And yeah, we'll finish this video off here. Hopefully touch base in a month, have a look at this. But that is a very nice add-on wheel indeed. And we'll see how it is on the base. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you all for your support. And yeah, until next time, thank you very much. Take it easy out there. Stay safe. Have a good one. Till next time. Bye for now.